I recently had Usher on the show. I had him on like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And it was on the show where he really went off about Puffy saying that R&B is dead, and he was just like, listen, I don't know what kind of games you playing, but R&B could never be dead.
Correct.
I asked him about King of R&B. What's your thoughts on the current day alive? Someone who's alive, because dead we got so many iconic kings of R&B. But who do you feel is right now a modern day current artist who's still making music who could take that title of a king of R&B?
King of R&B. So who are we talking about?
I mean, the names Usher have been thrown around. The name Chris Brown has been thrown around. Usher told me that he's willing to accept that title,
King of R&B. King of R&B.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you say king. What makes you king? Is it how many hits that you have? Or is it how many people you touch? Mm-hmm. How many people that you give that feeling to, that when they think of home, they think of R&B, and that you take them and you make them feel good. Mm-hmm. R&B is a really hard one to figure out, like a king of. Even when we picked the king of pop, and when Michael picked the king of pop, it was because it was overwhelming with the hits that he had and the songs that he had. So it's just a little overwhelming. So when people, if you're doing it based off of hits, then we can go down the line and see how many top tens you had and how many top tens, period. How many number ones you've had, and you could pick it that way. But then one may argue that that even though you had that wasn't my song,
right? Right.
So it's so hard to call on that, and you always say the people that are here today, and those that are alive, and we have one that's alive, but he's going away for a while, but.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, certainly if he had not been in the trouble that, if R. Kelly had not, destroyed his life, imploded it, certainly he would be in the running for that conversation.
No
certainly.
Question. No question. So it's an interesting thing, because this is what makes it difficult. Today you have songs that everyone knows, off of what they heard on the radio and everything, and then you have the streamers.
Yeah.
So you can have people that will go to a Chris Brown concert and know every single word, and you'll have some of us that go there, we won't know the words, we'll love it, how it feels, but we won't know everything.
Yeah.
And the same thing can be for Usher.
Right.
So it's really hard to say, because today that the audiences are so different from each other, that it's not like everybody is on the same page as they were with Michael Jackson back in the day. Yeah. So it's a little harder.
Yeah, but it was a standalone. There was no denying it.
But look, I will not name a king. I will not call one, because I love all the artists, and if I was going to lean, I would obviously lean towards Usher, because the connection.
That's right.
But it's unfair for me to just do that.